Hey, Shalawam, Shalawam. First and foremost, facing the east, giving all praises, honor, and glory be to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Barak. Those are the true names of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Yahawah equals He is, He exists. Bahasham means in the name. Yahawashi equals He saves, He delivers. And Barak equals a spirit that's holy, a spirit that's set apart. And put it all together, it's Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Barak. Those are the true names of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. As always, man, in the Lashawan Kodash, the correct Hebrew, the Paleo Hebrew, the ancient Hebrew, which we call upon our power in. Okay? So when you call upon your power, once again, you want to say, Yahawah Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Barak. Not any of these false names which have been given to you by false prophets. Okay? By these individuals out here that have no idea what they're talking about. Second of all, double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of the great millstone, which rule well, teach well, in sincerity, tell us this truth. And Shalawam to the Lord's hopeful elect, 144,000 men, as well as 1/3 men, women, and children, maintaining themselves, keeping the laws, commandments, and statutes to the best of their ability. It's your brother Yaram Kazak back with hopefully another edifying lesson through the spirit, power, and strength of Yahawah Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Barak. And this is going to be a continuation lesson on modesty. Modesty, okay, which ties into men and women, okay, not just for women, but men and women. Okay, so let's go get the word once again for modesty. Let's go to the Etymology online. We broke it down in part 1, but we're going to break it down again. And it reads, freedom from exaggeration, self-control. Okay. Moderation, sense of honor, correctness of conduct. So, how you're holding yourself, right? A certain balance that you're holding yourself in. Not doing too much, not doing too little. It's important to, examine yourself and see if you're doing that, if you're doing what you're supposed to do. Okay? So, you don't want to do too much because you'll burn out. You don't want to do too less because you're doing too less. You got to try to stay in the spirit. You do too less, then you're going to get out of the spirit. And you're going to treat this thing like, it's a hobby, which is not a hobby. This is your lifestyle. This is your way. This is your custom. This is your culture. So this should be habitual. This should be your habitation. And this, once again, becomes a habitation of justice, which is Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. Right? So in that, let's get a couple precepts on balance. Turn that off. I hate when it be doing that. All right. Because many individuals in the world, they think that they actually have a balance, which they don't. This is Proverbs 1:11. A false balance is abomination to Yahawah, but a just weight is his delight. And in Proverbs 20:23, diverse weights are an abomination unto Yahawah, and a false balance is not good. Right? So you need to be right there in the middle, man. Don't be over righteous. Don't be over wicked. Why would you destroy yourself quickly? Right? Don't be over righteous. Understanding what time frame we in. Okay, this is captivity. So as we talked about in the first lesson about the pants, right? Come on, man. You bugging, you tripping. We in America. Okay, the way that the things that we wear is not what we used to wear back then. Now, we're turning back into our culture. So therefore, when we teach and preach, we have garments, you know, we wear fringes, these type of things, okay? But even in that understanding, we're not walking around wearing garments and fringes all around America, right? So we understand what time we in. We understand what time frame we in, okay? So it goes into you having wisdom in these times. As Yahawashi told us to be sheep in the midst of wolves. This is Matthew 10:16. Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves. Modesty goes a lot into that. Being able to discern and being able to talk and speak in moderation. You practice modesty at the job site. You're not a super brew. A super brew is not modest. A super brew is too far to the right. He's too far. He does so much for the truth where he can't even keep a job. He can't even you just always like where your friends is at. You know what I'm saying? You see these individuals out here. Okay? Let's get that for the brother. It's Ephesians 5:16. Redeeming the time because the days are evil. Kind. So we understand that. Let's get redeeming. To redeem, by payment of a price, to recover from the power of another, to ransom, buy off. All right, metaphorically, of Hamashiach freeing the elect from the dominion of the Mosaic law at the price of his vicarious death. To make wise and sacred use of every opportunity for doing good, so that zeal and well-doing are as it were the purchase money by which we make the time our own. Perfect, because you going into that whole fringes thing with that super brew, he doesn't have moderation. He's not modest in his approach, where he's too far to the right. He's not redeeming the time. He doesn't understand what time we are in. He's acting like we have sovereignty. We do not, brother. I'm gonna tell you, brothers, right now, we don't have sovereignty. If they wanted to, they could take my live down right now. Okay? If they wanted to, they could take my YouTube page right now. All right? You understand? We are behind enemy lines, man. Jake, stop thinking that it's fair. Ain't nothing fair for you, Jake. Ain't nothing been fair. It ain't nothing gonna be fair. Right? But we know we ultimately have the upper hand because Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. Alright? So we're the underdog. And the underdog is what? Most of the time, the underdog should be humble, meek. Right? The underdog is, you want to root for the underdog because the underdog is not boasting about the game. He's going into it, and he's going into it with optimistic vibes, optimistic views about the game, about the challenge. I'm going to do my best. Hey, that's what we're going to do. We're going to do our best. I'm watching this show right now. It's called Ippo. It's on Netflix. And Ippo is like a boxer. It's in Japan. He's a boxer. And all of his opponents are stronger than him. You know, most of the time. But he's a hard hitter. So he's always going in and he's like the underdog in almost every fight. Actually, every fight. He's the underdog. But he somehow manages to win. Hey, what you know about that, Gabriel? Yeah. That's my joint right now. I'm on like episode 52. That's my joint. He about to, we're going to talk about that later. I got to hit you up about it. That's my joint. So, Ippo is extremely humble. He's also extremely modest. He's not a boaster. He's not flamboyant. Every opponent he fights, he's like, hey, great fight. Thank you. That was a great fight. You know, he's an extremely humble guy. You know, hey, Kakuma want to bring up Inuyasha. A character in Inuyasha that's extremely humble. Let me see, man. Dang, I can't think of nobody. Inuyasha, wow. All right, maybe Kagome. All right. But the fact is, the underdog is constantly humble. We're constantly behind enemy lines. So we don't have all the high-tech abilities and things of that nature. That's the wisdom of the world that sets these people up on high. And they begin to be what? They begin to be high-minded. Now, where we going with this? Because it's important. High-minded goes into being haughty. And it's the opposite of being modest. The term high-minded, straight off the Google, or high-minded refers to having noble or elevated thoughts. But it also names several having what? Having noble or elevated thoughts. Let's get it off the etymology. Let's get a better one. I ain't like that one like that. It's ultimately thinking that you're above people. High-minded, arrogant. All right? Arrogant. Morally lofty, resulting from high principles. Yeah, you just keep it on that. So, arrogant, not humble. You're going into situations looking down on somebody. All right? And we can't make the mistake of doing that. You look down on your enemy, and then your enemy is somehow, he rises up above you because you underestimated your enemy. You thought you was better. So you got to maintain that down to earth, low mindset. Knowing that, yeah, you a king, you a priest, you going to be that. We have a ruling class mentality, but we understand at this point in time, we're not in sovereign. We're not in control. We're not in rulership. Okay? So don't get to acting like these Israelites that be out here got people kissing their boots. That's not modest. That's not modest behavior. That's foolish behavior, man. They're not redeeming the time because the days are evil. Let's get some more in that. Ephesians 5:17. Wherefore, be ye not unwise, but understanding what the will of Yahawah is. And be not drunk with wine, wherein is excess, but be filled with the Spirit. You got to flow in the Spirit. You got to understand what the will of the Most High is. The will of the Most High is for us to what? Bid them to the marriage. Teach. Preach. It's not debate. When have you ever seen the Most High debate somebody? When have you ever seen him go back and forth with anybody? Every time I read the scriptures and the Most High is talking, he's boasting on individuals. He's asking questions that they can't answer. Can you measure the weight of a flame? You understand? So we have that same mindset where, bro, we have the truth. You don't. This is a monologue. It's not a dialogue. Okay? So we're not going back and forth about opinions or beliefs or religion or any of that. We have the truth. If you don't agree, as the scriptures say, we all need to be of one mind. If you're not of that one mind, then most likely you don't have the truth. Verse 18, once again, and be not drunk with wine, wherein is excess, but be filled with the Spirit. Wine, the doctrines of this world, the things that will distort your view and have you stumbling around. But you need to be what? You need to be modest. You need to be humble. You need to be meek. You don't need to be high-minded. The only reason that a female would go and wear yellow hair, pink hair, red hair, she's full of herself. Wearing all this fake stuff, hair down to her back, These are demons on them. She's full of herself. And she's lost that sense of modesty. She's lost that sense of actually caring what others think. It's no consideration. You got to consider that you are representing your house, your family, who you come from, who raised you. So the way that you come out, the way that you show yourself is representing your upbringing. And yeah, we know a lot of our people are fatherless. It's the curses. So they may not have a good upbringing. I was fatherless. So what? Once you know better, you do better. So you can't let that be an excuse on why you don't know how to carry yourself. Yeah, my father wasn't in the house. So what? That's a curse, bro. Get over it. You an adult now. Learn how to act. Learn some manners. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. You know what I'm saying? All right? Learn how to conduct yourself in these times. What's that precept, man? It's in Sirach. If a brother know it, can you pull it? It's about when you are the host of the feast. Okay? You are the host of the feast. You basically go about and you conduct the feast in a proper way. All right? And I'm gonna get the precepts the brother put. Isaiah 55:11 real quick. And it reads, so shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it. Exactly. So this book is going to hit who it needs to hit. Okay? It's going to affect who it needs to affect. And that's who? That's the elect. If you heard this word, it didn't resonate with you, and you didn't get it, and you didn't hold on to it, hey, most likely you're not of the elect. All right? Now, if the Most High wants to draw you and bring you back, then beautiful. Your pa. Okay? Let me see, bro. That might be it. Brother says Sirach 32. So we're not out here. We fishing, right? And fishing, if you ever been fishing, I love fishing. Fishing takes time. It takes patience. You're going to catch some fish that's not good fish. Fish that you can't eat. You might catch a catfish here and there. You throw it back. Now you want to catch a bass. You want to catch some red snapper. You want to catch some cod. You want to catch, something you could take home. So we're going to reel in and pull in good brothers and bad brothers. Brothers that may linger, okay? And brothers that may leave and brothers that may stay. Hey, it's all the will of the Most High. But we have to continuously fish until they say we can't fish no more. This is Sirach 32. And yep, that's it, bro. The water. And 1, if thou be made the master of a feast, lift not thyself up, but be among them as one of the rest. Take diligent care for them, and so sit down. How did Yahawashi come? He came as a slave. That's in Isaiah the 53rd chapter. So Yahawashi walked in our positions. We are slaves right now. Okay? And Yahawashi walked, same thing, bro. He was in captivity, just like us. He was in Rome 1.0. We are in Rome 2.0. Same stuff was going on. You had these politicians. You had Caesar, okay, which is the president. You had Nero to come afterwards, which is Trump. Okay, you had all these different type of things going on. Taxes. Yahawashi said, hey, render unto Caesar what is Caesar. But give unto the Most High what is the Most High. Give unto Yahawah what is Yahawah. Okay, so yeah, we pay these taxes. All right, we have to do what we have to do. Yahawashi had to do all of this. So don't ever think with a high-minded attitude that you doing stuff and you going through stuff that Yahawashi didn't have to go through, bro. Okay? So he came and he didn't what? He didn't lift himself up like that, but he was among us. He wasn't high-minded. Let's get that precept for the brother real quick. This is Matthew 13, 47 through 49. Again, the kingdom of heaven is like unto a net that was cast into the sea and gathered of every kind, which, when it was full, they drew to shore and sat down and gathered the good into vessels, but cast the bad away. That's what we did. That's what we do. Brothers come in. All right, we teach. Brothers expose themselves to not listen and to not understand. And if you don't understand, that's a whole different thing versus you not listening and rejecting the doctrine. If you don't understand, bro, we'll teach it again. You know, we always ask that. You got it? You know, you need some more precepts? You want us to go further into it? Etc., etc. Now, if you just buck up and reject it, that's a totally different thing. So, when we tell you a certain doctrine, all right, and you going forth and you're teaching different, that makes you a heretic. That makes you a reprobate. When the elders that taught you never taught that. So therefore, you bugging out at that point in time. Nowhere in the scriptures, you know, I'm not going to get on the subjects we've been talking about. We already know what's going on. We already know what these individuals are saying amongst Israel. Right? Reprobate doctrine, man. Okay? As they always do. Keeping it going. Let's go to 52 on this. Verse 50. 49. So shall it be at the end of the world. At this time, the end of this kingdom. The angels shall come forth and sever the wicked from among the just. Who? The angels. Okay? And shall cast them into the furnace of fire. There shall be wailing and gnashing of teeth. All right? The lake of fire. America, Babylon. Yahawashi said unto them, have ye understood all these things? They say unto him, yes, Yahawashi. Then said he unto them, therefore every scribe which is instructed into the kingdom of heaven is like unto a man that is an householder, which bringeth forth out of his treasure things new and old. You are what? House? Let's get that word, man. You got to understand what you are a part of. You are a householder, a master of the house. And what are we going into in Sirach 32? Right? You a master of a house, master of the feast. The head of a family. A good man of the house, householder, master of the house. What did I say? We're going to be in the kingdom? We're going to be like patriarchs. Okay? Your family is going to come through your loins. So therefore, you're going to be a patriarch. You're going to be the dad of all of that. Your mother right now could be your daughter in the kingdom. Your father right now could be your son in the kingdom. You understand? So the patriarchs, the righteous men, because the wicked is going to come from the loins of the righteous. And they're going to be our children. So that's extremely important. But remember, when we was amongst them, we didn't boast on them. We was modest. We was humble. We was meek. We tried to teach them. We tried to lead them correctly. Okay? We answered their questions. Cynthia K asked the question. You said, so no Africans are Israelites. It's plenty of Africans that are Israelites. All right? No Hamites are Israelites, but you have plenty individuals living in the so-called land of Africa, which are Israelites. Okay? Don't come in here with a foolish doctrine, sister. You will be blocked. You have the Yoruba tribe. You have the Ashanti tribe. All right? You have the Bantu. You have a lot of Nigerians. You have Guyanians. Okay? You have plenty Israelites in the land of Ham. Igbo, exactly. We could go on and on and on. All right? But we could tell that you off because you said, meanwhile, the Garden of Sodom is in South Africa, and that's a lie. And that's when you get muted, because you're coming in here with false doctrine, because you have a reprobate mind. You understand? We don't teach false doctrine in here. This is not the place for you. Now, if you want to listen, all right, then what? Then just sit back as a woman is supposed to do and take in the lesson. Don't come in here with your own doctrine, because that's not the doctrine of the scriptures, man. All right, keeping it going. Chapter 32, verse 2. And when thou hast done all thy office, take thy place, that thou mayest be merry with them, and receive a crown for thy well ordering of the feast. All right, hey, you put it together properly. And this goes into brothers doing lessons, man. Your lesson, what are we doing right now? We're eating. This is living water. So you prepared a feast to give out to brothers. What do you get at the end of all of this? You get a crown for your works and your faith. Every lesson is a little meal that you're giving. Going back to Yasharahla's point, Isaiah 55:11, it's going to hit who it's supposed to hit. It doesn't matter if it hit one person or 100 people. It hit who it's supposed to hit. The Most High is going to take your lesson and send it where it needs to go. Right? I got lessons, you got likes and stuff that I posted years ago. Still, brothers commenting on it and stuff. They just now seeing it. You understand? So don't worry about likes and views and shares and all that bullshit that come with social media. I hate social media, bro. Just worry about doing the work and do it the right way. You know, your grandma ancient recipe, it's gonna hit every time she make it. You understand? Them cookies that she be baking from scratch, they gonna hit every time because that recipe is ancient. So whenever you make that recipe, that's gonna hit. And that's how your lesson should be. You know? The brother said the book of Enoch is a real big one amongst new sheep. Hey, brothers that's with us, they know not to read that shit. They know not to read Enoch, Jasher, Jubilee, Thomas. We what? 1611 KJV. That's the proper books. We state that so many times. All right? You know? Now, if you over there in Enoch, it's going to show. You're going to be exposed. The Most High is going to expose it. I don't know what you're doing on the low, bro. But the Most High is going to expose it because you going to say this and you going to say that. And I was in a live the other day just watching. Who was it? It was Big Yasharahla. That dude bugged the hell out. Was in the live talking to this dude talking about Enoch. And they said, it's 4 chambers of hell. I guess it's 4 chambers of hell in Enoch, I guess. You know? That mess is crazy. Failing to understand, hell was never created, bro. When in Genesis 1 and Genesis 2 was hell ever created? It wasn't. Hell is simply a condition. A lot of our people are in hell right now. We are in hell right now. But we have been made free. So we are comforted in our affliction, in this sentence that we have to serve. You understand? I think that was King David who said, don't send me into the lower parts of the earth. No, that was Manasseh. All right, let me go get that real quick. This is a prayer of Manasseh. And where that at? I know it's like 13 or... Yeah, right here. 1 and 13. And it reads, wherefore I humbly beseech thee, forgive me, O Yahawah, forgive me, and destroy me not with mine iniquities. Be not angry with me forever by reserving evil for me, neither condemn me to the lower parts of the earth. For thou art the power, even the power of them that repent. What is that? That's a place under the earth? The lower parts of earth? No, bro. That's a condition. Okay? Jonah was in hell when he was in that well. He was in a condition of straits. That's all that is. So, just by reading the Bible, you destroy the book of Enoch. Just simply by reading the Bible, everything gets destroyed. That's in these false books, these pseudo-pigrapha books. Okay? And yeah, perfect, bro. Search the souls. The belief of hell would make reincarnation void. Perfect. Perfectly said. That's it. That's what it does. Okay? Keeping it going. Let's go back to Sirach, the 32nd chapter. And where we at? Verse 3. Speak thou that art the elder, for it becometh thee, but with sound judgment, and hinder not music. Pour not out words where there is a musician, and show not forth wisdom out of time. All right? So that goes back into modesty. That goes back into you choosing your words carefully. Like this dude, Jay, he didn't choose his words carefully. He didn't come in here and examine the lesson. He didn't read the room. He just came in here and said, how do you determine these are the tribes? We're not even talking about the tribes. Okay? We're talking about modesty. If you actually looked at the lesson, this is Modesty Part 2. Yeah, you just got here. So what you should have did was read the room, brother. That shows wisdom. When you come into a classroom, you don't just blurt out. Y'all don't actually respect us. But you respect Esau and his classrooms. You respect that white man's church. You respect the bank. Okay? You don't respect us. That's crazy, man. I'm teaching a lesson on modesty and you come in here talking about the tribes just because you see a chart. So that shows me that you're like a 5-year-old touching every button, eating every candy in the candy store. You can't control yourself. And that's majority of our people. Verse 4 again, pour not out words where there is a musician. What am I? I'm a musician. What is brothers that singing this song? We're musicians. Pour not out words where there is a musician. We are singing the song, brothers and sisters. So therefore, it should be precepts going. It should be listening. It should be note taking. But most of our people don't actually fear Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. They don't want to get this knowledge. They don't want to get this understanding. They're not trying to leave this place. They're concerned on going back and forth on the chart, going back and forth on is all the tribes black? Is all the tribes dark skinned? Is this America or is this Israel? All these foolish doctrines, man. Pour not out words where there is a musician, and show not forth wisdom out of time. It's times using modesty, using moderation, where you don't have to say nothing. You just sit back, listen, observe the whole matter, and then you speak. You don't have to say nothing every single time, bro. Practice restraint. Tell Jake this all the time. Practice restraint. America is so fast where it conditions you to be fast. It conditions you to move at a speed. Bro, I'm from the country, bro. We ain't that fast. And Thawada Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi for giving me that. I came to the city. I remember the first time I got to Chicago, I'm like, yo, this place is fast as hell. I'm confused. I don't know how to take no train, bro. I don't know how to, I ain't know how to do none of that. You know? So, man, but Yahawah gave me people that was from the city that helped me. Got me around and stuff. After boot camp. And then going to Japan, it's a even faster pace. But you have to what? You adapt and you learn. But that's not the way that things are supposed to be. Everybody's not supposed to be jam-packed under one another. Apartments, things of that nature is actually against the law. That's not how the Most High wanted them to live. That's not how we supposed to live. We supposed to have what? Brothers is supposed to have acres of land. You supposed to have room for your kids to run and play. Room to grow crops and keep cattle and sheep and things of that nature. You supposed to have all of this. You don't supposed to be living in no apartment where you can hear the next man and his woman getting down in the room. You don't supposed to be hearing that mess, man. You understand? So the way that this place is conditioned is entirely backwards. And it damages Jake's psyche because Jake is so fast because Esau is so fast. Jake is greedy because Esau is greedy. Jake is lustful because Esau is lustful. Everything they push on you, you take in. When you don't got Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, when you don't got these scriptures, when you don't got that strong tower, you don't got that protection. Verse 5. A concert of music and a banquet of wine is as a signet of carmicle set in gold. As a signet of an emerald set in a work of gold, so is the melody of music with pleasant wine. Pleasant wine, this understanding, this doctrine. Music, once again, this song, this understanding. So when it all comes together and it flows, it's beautiful. When a woman dresses in modesty, bro, do you know a woman is far sexier dressing modest than she is dressing all provocative? Don't show me everything. Shoot. But this place is over-sexualized. That's what this place is. They wearing next to nothing now. They're not modest. When you supposed to be holding that and saving that for the right guy. He the only one that's supposed to see under all that. But now, y'all letting everybody see everything. Who gonna want that when everybody done seen it, everybody done been with it? You understand? It's no modesty, man. And then the society conditions you to be like that. With all the music videos, all the TV shows, all the OnlyFans, all the Instagrams. You women actually think that Instagram is real. Instagram is not real. It's not real. Those girls, bro, is broke. They taking pictures of moments where dudes might have flew them out just to piss on them. You understand? I'm in Dubai. I'm in Dubai. Check it out. I'm in Dubai. And she getting shitted on that night. In Dubai, may I add. In Dubai. You in Dubai. You in Dubai. Good job. Good job. You made it to Dubai just to get shitted on. Good job. I gotta watch my language, man. TikTok might start tripping. All right. But this is reality of the world, man. Nobody's lying. And this is the women that you idolize and you look after and you be like, man, that girl made it to Dubai. She getting money. She got paid $20K to get flown out and to be a toilet. Oh, that's the type of money you want? You understand? What's wrong with marriage? What's wrong with being with one guy your entire life? What's wrong with that? Having a family, being a stay-at-home woman, taking care of the kids, cooking, baking, folding clothes, things that a woman, a real wife, should do. This society has distanced you from that. So the point now is you look at it like it's ill, and that man is controlling me, and that man has authority over me, and that man has power over me, and I don't have no money of my own, and I don't have my own life, and I don't have a career. But you don't supposed to have none of that. The devil tricked you into working. He tricked you into being independent. He tricked you. Let's get some precepts on it. Isaiah 32:2. And a man, let me just read it. And a man shall be as a hiding place from the wind, and a covert from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land. A what? A man. You supposed to get under that man, sister. And the way that man wants you to dress, if he's a wise man, he don't want you out there showing everything. He wants you to be modest. Okay? That's for your man to see. That's for your man to be with. Do you understand your body count diminishes your value? You ever thought about that? The higher your body count, the least that you are actually valuable. You just a cum bucket now. I mean, let's be honest about it, man. And every time you mess with a man, you take in some of his genetics. You take in some of his tendencies, some of his ways, his actions. This is why you see Eve out here holding her crotch like she got something down there. Eve, you ain't got nothing down there. Why is you holding that area? Eve all up in a man's face like she about to fight. Eve trying to throw blows. Eve talking to a man like she a man. You understand? This is craziness. This is madness. Because all of that DNA that she has took from that man by letting all these men run up in her has destroyed her mental. It's penetrated her brain barrier. And that right there takes, some scientists say it'll never actually disappear. And some scientists say it take 20 years to get up out of the brain. So that man that you dealt with, he's going to be with you for 20 years, regardless if y'all break up or not. His tendencies, his ways. It's certain times where a woman can get pregnant and the baby come out looking like another man because of the leftover sperm, the leftover DNA that's down there. And the baby come out with tendencies of the other man. Okay? Where are the white people's tribes? It's what you know, it's the 13 bloodlines, the Illuminati. All right? Furthermore, it's in the Bible, Genesis 35? All right, but we're not on that topic. So just listen to the lesson that's being brought out if you actually want some edification. Isaiah 32:9. Rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech. You women are at ease. You women, you're vintage. You have what? You don't got to do too much. All you got to do is show a little ass. You know, majority. That's what these women have done. They have lowered their morals. They have lowered their standards. That's why the term sleeping your way to the top is common. It's popular. Who did she sleep with to get into that position? Okay? This is a common practice, man. And even if you don't do that, You got these women showing a little bit of cleavage, etc., just to make their way up. It's a such thing as getting hired just to be eye candy in the office. That's what a lot of these women are hired as. Because the Most High never designed you to actually work amongst men. That's not your position. Never has been, never should have been. But as the scriptures say, a woman shall compass a man. So now a woman is in a working capacity. She's working. She's going in the midst of men. She's getting jobs over men. She's doing things of that nature. And now she thinks she's equal. The scriptures tell you all over the scriptures that you are the weaker vessel and we're supposed to deal with you in wisdom. Okay? Your position is not to work. You are supposed to be a keeper at the home. But in these times, the way that Esau has made it, you got to work. Your husband got to work. You need two incomes in the house because it's getting so bad. So in that compromise, you want to maintain your morals. You want to maintain your modesty. You want to maintain your integrity. You want to be rooted in Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. Let me cut this light on. You're still representing that man. Verse 10, many days and years shall you be troubled, ye careless women. Women that don't care about Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. Women that don't care about the prophets. You don't listen. You don't subscribe. You out here doing your own thing on your own program. Okay? I know this girl, she's a part of a female congregation with a female pastor. That mess is all bugged out. That's hella feminism. That's not what the Most High ordained, so it shall come to naught. It's going to be destroyed. She's a careless woman. If the Most High wanted females to be prophets, he would have gave them some books. You would have had the book of, I don't know, the book of Keisha. The book of Keisha. You had the book of Cassandra, the book of Tanya, the book of the book of Sarah, the book of Mary, the book of, you know what I'm saying? But the Most High has called men, Proverbs 8:4. He has not called women. Now, do you have stories about certain women, such as Esther, showcasing wisdom? Yes, indeed. Such as Judith, showcasing wisdom? Yes, indeed. Such as Deborah, showcasing wisdom? Yes, indeed. You have women, but were they over the men? No. Those women were in order. So when you women try to use those women to say that you can be over men, you are actually insulting those women because you're not in order. Those women were in order. Esther lifted up Mordecai. She got Mordecai to a position of power. Deborah brought up Barak to a position of power. Judith, we know what Judith did. All right? Oh, Susanna, perfect. These are women that apply wisdom. You understand? So you women that use these women, you insult these women's names because you're nothing like them. Every woman that used Deborah is nothing like Deborah. You nothing like her. You nothing like her. She probably slapped the taste out your mouth, man. So many days and years shall you be troubled, ye careless women. For the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. The vintage, the OnlyFans, the Instagram money, the TikTok money, the selling your box on the corner money, the Figueroa money, the trap money, whatever you doing, the vintage, it shall fail. This place is going to come crashing down for you. And then you're going to be running, seeking that man that you rejected a couple months ago. You know, Marvin with the good job. You know, the 9 to 5 that you said he was a square. Because he drive a Honda Accord. You know that guy. That guy who tried to just take you to, he tried to take you to Applebee's. You like Applebee's? I don't go to no Applebee's. Yeah. Marvin. Yeah, Marvin's moved on. You understand? And you still lonely, depressed, and independent. You independent though. Do your thing, sister. Do your thing, sister. Do your thing. Verse 11. Tremble ye, women that are at ease. Be troubled, ye careless ones. Strip you and make you bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins. They shall lament for the teats, for the pleasant fields, for the fruitful vine. You're going to miss everything that you once had. You're going to lament. Lament means to cry. These women are literally going to be crying and realizing that you messed up. Realizing that the YT man lied to you. He put you in a position that you was never supposed to be in. Because what's going to be going on? I mean, you see it now. Do we have to make it any clearer for you? Race wars, civil wars, purges. What you going to do when these white guys start yanking up any so-called black woman they see? What you going to do? Oh, yeah, let me guess. You got a pew pew. You ready to nah, shawty, that ain't about to work. That ain't about to work. What you gonna do? The only thing, what did we just read in 32:2? Let's go read it one more time. And a man shall be as an hiding place from the wind, and a covert from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land. A man of Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. That's the only way you're going to get up out of here. As Sarah understood that Abraham was her Lord. She understood she had to cleave unto Abraham to get up on out of here. So a man. That's why we got Isaiah 4:1. And matter of fact, brother posted it earlier. Let's get it. Isaiah 3:16. And actually, let's start at 12. As for my people, children are their oppressors. Children, these heathen nations. They have no understanding. They're children, man. They're foolish. They're not wise. They're our oppressors. They oppress us. Are you not oppressed? Who in here is not oppressed? Anybody that's not oppressed? If you oppressed, you ain't got to say nothing. If you not oppressed, put a 1 in the chat. If you not oppressed. I want to see something real quick. Is there somebody in here that's not oppressed? Because I want to ask you some questions. We might have one, Daniela. We might get one that's not oppressed. Somebody that think they're not oppressed. We might get one. It might be a brother or sister in here that's not oppressed. I count to 5, man. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, everybody in here is oppressed. That's crazy, because I didn't think we would ever agree with that. Y'all don't know how many lives we do, and we always got people in here like, I'm not oppressed. I got a business. I got an LLC. I got 3 cars. I got a big house. I could fly out of the country. I got a passport. You might have all that, but you still under the white man's system. You still gonna have to take that RFID CHIP when it's implemented. You still have to pay his taxes. You still have to pay his business tax. You still have to pay for your license and registration. You still have to pay property tax. You are a prisoner of war, buddy. Yeah, you only get half of what you make. And to add on to that, Donald, you do overtime. Bro, after 10 hours of overtime, they start taxing the hell out of that. So you're not really getting all that overtime that you're doing. So it's not worth it to do more than 10 hours of overtime. I think it's 10 hours or 20 hours. They start taxing it like crazy. I thought DJ T said no taxes on the overtime. He lied. Yeah, the more you make, the more they take. That's oppression. Baruch 3:8. Perfect, bro. We got to get that. Let's go get that. The Bible told us that we would be oppressed because we went against our Father. We went against the laws, commandments, and statutes. Behold, Baruch 3:8. Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us. We are scattered all over the planet. Regardless if you in China, Australia, doesn't matter. Okay? Go ahead. We are scattered for a reproach and a curse, and to be subject to payments according to all the iniquities of our fathers which departed from Yahawah our power, all the sins. But we are what? We are subject to payments, bills. We will not have to pay no bills in the kingdom, man. You crazy? We didn't have to pay no bills under King Solomon and King David and King Saul. All we had to do was tithes. And what was tithes? Or tights? Right? This tribe, you give a tenth. This tribe, give a tenth this month. So each month, it would be a different tribe. You understand? It's not how the church do. It's not how the church do. No. Church just taking your money. The black church, oh, they don't want you to have any money. You understand? That's what they're doing. They're manipulating the Bible for monetary gain. They're monetizing the scriptures. Literally, that's what they do. They monetize the scriptures. All right. So Isaiah 3:12, back to it. As for my people, children are their oppressors. So these heathens, these wicked nations, these other nations, they oppress us all over this planet. And yeah, on that, the brother said electricity is free, but you pay for power. Exactly. What's the name? Nikola Tesla. He created free power where he could make a light bulb. He could light a light bulb a mile, like 20 miles away. He created that. And then they suppressed it and they destroyed it, and he died broke because of all the stuff that he created. All right. That was a tease. And that was something that we used to have back in the day. These type of things he was tapping into, it was ancient technology, man. Okay? You know? So Esau knows that this type of technology is out there, but he suppresses it. And that is a form of oppression, where you could make cars run off of plastic, make cars run off of water, but you want to continue the gas. You want to continue gasoline. It ain't nothing to change gasoline into water and then to change all the car productions into making them run off of water. And that would what? That would actually cleanse the earth. Do you know that? That would cleanse the earth, man. Because now the car exhaust is H2O. It's pumping it out. It's not pumping gas or diesel into the air, which is destroying the environment. It's cleaning the earth if you run it off of water. But Esau don't want to do that, and he know he can do it. He know he can do it. We've seen so many individuals create cars running off of gas, running off of plastic that are no longer with us today. I wonder why they not with us. You know what I'm saying? Look what the brother, hey, I ain't even going to say that just because I want to protect the brother's life. So I ain't even going to read what the brother just said. Hey, I would tell brother, if you make something like that, don't tell anybody. Don't tell anybody. But we going to be straight in the kingdom, man. This ain't the time. So as for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. Women. That goes also into doctrines. Strange women. Okay, so women rule over us. You got your local house dad, your local dad sleeping on the couch because his woman mad at him. That's what's going on in these houses. Women are ruling over them. She telling you what to do. She telling you how late you can stay out. She telling you where you can go. She telling you you better be back in this house before 12. What? Women rule over them. That's wild. O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to error and destroy the way of thy paths. And that's what's going on. Because our people are following the heathen. You're following those, these are leading you. You're following Hindu, Buddhism, Islam, Christianity. We follow the Bible, man. We don't follow no Christianity. We follow the Bible. What does the Bible say? Does the Bible say Christianity? No. Who created that? That's homework. If you don't know who put that together, you need to find out. Really, we did a lesson on it last week. All right, and it's on my YouTube page. It's a council of something. they orchestrated something. That's when you got the Christmases, the Easters. All right, that's when you got all of that. You know, under who? Under Constantine. Okay, so you should know that. We don't do no Christianity. We keep the faith, and it is a religion because this is a religious book. We have guidelines, laws, commandments, and statutes, religious festivals that we partake in. Sabbath days, high holy days, Feast of Atonement, the Passover. Okay? So yeah, many things. It's called the way, it's called the faith, it's called the Song of Moses, the Song of the Lamb, you know, the light, the truth, Yahawah, whatever you want to call it. This is that, man. It's one faith. Verse, let's get to the point. Let's go down. Let's go to verse 24. And it shall come to pass that instead of a sweet smell, there shall be stink, and instead of a girdle, a rent, and instead of a well-set hair, baldness, instead of a stomacher, a girding of sackcloth, and burning instead of beauty. This is what's happening to these females. Okay? At the end of the day, it's a curse upon them. Their hair doesn't grow. It's a curse upon them. All these different type of things that's going on to them. But even in that, sister, just because your hair don't grow, mean you go and buy hair out the store. No. When you turn back to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, and you start learning the correct ways and the proper ways, he's gonna what? He's gonna teach you. We do health lives. You need to get your zinc up. You need to stop putting all these toxic chemicals in your head. Pay attention to the shampoo that you use. Pay attention. All this damn makeup is messing you up. It's breaking you out. It's messing up your hair. All this relaxer and curl activator and all this BS. Why would you put all these chemicals in your... Are you a lab project? Are you a lab experiment? So why is all these chemicals going into you? It makes no sense. You do better mushing up berries, blueberries, and putting them in your hair. That actually works. All right? Things of that nature. Brazil nut oil. I got some of that, man. It make your skin so smooth. Olive oil. Put olive oil in your bath. Learn the scriptures. Learn what the women of the past times did. Esther bathed in oils for months. Months. The brother said batana oil. Okay? It's things of the earth out here that can help you, that can fix you. But ultimately, you got to call upon Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, and stop fighting the curse that he put on you. Submit to him, and he's going to teach you. He's going to send his men to help you to fix that. So now your eyelashes will grow. Your eyebrows will grow. Your hair will grow. You know what to eat now. You understand? Verse 25. Thy men shall fall by the sword, and thy mighty in the war. That's the draft, which is coming up. We got what? We got like 5 months left in this year. Man, this year flying by. And Tawadi Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. Okay? So, that draft is on its way, man. And you individuals that you don't think fire burn, you going to find out the hard way. You going to get that draft. You going to, okay, yeah, I'm going to go fight over there. You going to go over there and fight. And you going to die. It ain't no other way out of that. That's what the scriptures say, man. Okay? Unless Yahawah want to bring you up out of that, you're going to die over there. In the valley of Yahawashi. Or, if you want to pick up arms and fight the government over here, you're going to die over here. All right? These civil wars and these race wars and this purge which is coming. So that's what it's talking about. Thy men shall fall by the sword, and thou mighty in the war. So keep in mind that this is from the wicked women. They was with these wicked men. You understand? So now these women are going to what? As we read earlier. And her gates shall lament and mourn. You're going to be crying more. As it says you was going to cry in Isaiah the 32nd chapter. You're going to cry even more. And she being desolate shall sit upon the ground. In a low place. On the ground is in a low place. Okay? This individual says somebody wrote that. Yeah, the prophet Isaiah. Through the inspiration of the Father, Yahawah. You understand that? Just how somebody made your stupid ass name. Just how somebody gave you that profile picture. All right? We ain't got no time for the shenanigans. Kawan, man, chill out. You a babe, bro. I done told you many times. You are a babe. You have no grounds and no stands to try to rebuke or correct nobody. You don't even got the doctrine yet, bro. You are brand new. Brand new. And that goes into modesty. That goes into you discerning. I just need to sit back and learn. This goes for the new brothers, man. Sit back and learn. Yeah, come on, man. And just picture it like this, bro. Let's say I woke up last month. I'm on the Elder Live talking, just talking. And I'm brand new. I don't know shit. Come on, man. Okay? Us brothers, it's a certain way you come in. I came in, bro, quiet, whole year. I ain't saying nothing. I'm not talking. I'm not in the I'm scared to talk. I'm scared. Even still at camp, I'm not trying to say no precept or nothing. I'm not saying nothing. And I know the doctrine. I know the understanding. Man, let's go back to that precept. Let's go back to Sirach 32 real quick. Because this brother need to hear that, man. Verse 4. Pour not out words where there is a musician, and show not forth wisdom out of time. So, Khan here, boom, boom, boom. We not here to go back and forth with these individuals. If you have that type of attitude, you got to lose that shit. That's worldly shit. You want to go back and forth with every scoffer that come in. Then you're going to be doing a whole lot of going back and forth. Because there's going to be a whole lot of scoffers that come through. And you're going to get tired after that. It's pointless. Edify. Stop letting all these distractions pull you away from what you're supposed to do. Satan is constantly going to try you. And that goes back to life. And if you constantly fail at every test, you constantly bite at every fish, you constantly, I'm poking you. You let all of that shit irritate you, then you are going to be stressed out. This is why it's important to come up the correct way and the proper way and to simply just hold your peace. All right, so finishing it up. These women, once again, they're going to be widowed. Then go into Isaiah 4:1. And in that day, 7 women 7 being a what? Complete. A complete number of women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. Right? A complete number of women. That could be 10, 20, 30. However the Most High ordains it. A complete number of women. They was just widowed. They're crying out. They're in a position of, straits. They're on the ground. They're low. They have been humbled. They're no longer high-minded, Salaki. They're no longer high-minded. So Keisha, who was telling you, she had her nose in the air last week. Next week, Keisha gonna be like on her knees, man, trying to kiss your feet. You understand? That's what's gonna happen. That's what we reading, brother. Isaiah 4:1. Okay, and we gonna get it in the NLT for better understanding. In that day, so few men will be left that 7 women will fight for each man, saying, let us all marry you. We will provide our own food and clothing. Only let us take your name, so we won't be mocked as old maids. Let them be your wives. And it's what? A promise of restoration, or a promise of a remnant. A remnant prepared. So when we go into the chariots, so-called UFOs, but they're really chariots of Yahawah, chariots of Israel, you're going into there with women. You're going up into the chariots with multiple wives. This is what the scriptures is saying, because this is a remnant prepared. That remnant is the 1/3, the 144,000. These women are going to cleave unto the righteous men which are left. Because all the wicked men, you're going to die fighting Esau. Because you want to pick up a 4.5 and let it pop. And you realize that ain't what you really wanted to do. When that drone come and aim on you, it lock on, it say target acquired. And you just be like, oh shit. And that drone put a hole in your chest. You going to realize that's not what you wanted to do. You understand? Y'all don't play enough video games, man. You better go play Metal Gear Solid. All right? Guns of the Patriots, boy. So this is going to be all out warfare. And it's not going to be fair. But the Most High is going to lift the standard, Isaiah 59:19, to allow his men to make it through. Because it goes into, well, you're asking this question. You're like, yeah, well, bro, you saying, it's going to be like anarchy and apocalyptic times and all that. And, trucks ain't going to be running. It's going to be no food in the grocery store and all of that. So how is these men going to feed these women? The Most High will provide. Just how he did with Elijah. The Most High will provide. Just how he did for us in the desert. The Most High will provide. Just how he did for Yahawashi. The Most High will provide. He not asleep. He's still working. He can have a brother. A brother could take this water bottle I got down here, and I could make water pop into it. When those spiritual powers is in us, man. All right? You can make, Yahawashi made what? He fed 5,000, bro. Okay? Come on, man. Do you understand what we are about to do? He said, y'all should perform greater miracles. That was a miracle. We shall do greater things than that. Hey, give me some bread. Give me some fish. What y'all want? Make sure it's a red snapper, because I want to make that motherfucker multiply. Y'all understand what we going to be able to do, man? Yahawah, we be those men. Okay? And if you don't believe, it's not for you to believe. But spiritual powers are talked about. You read the Bible and you see all these different type of spiritual powers happening. And you don't think, in the time of Jacob's trouble, the worst time ever in existence, brothers ain't gonna have those spiritual powers. When in all these other times, brothers had spiritual powers. So the Most High ain't gonna come deal with us when we really, really need him. You bugging. So these women are gonna what? They're gonna humble down, and they're gonna what? They're gonna be modest. They're going to be discreet. They're going to be meek. A position of desperation, it might have created it, but they're going to come. And brothers ain't going to accept all of them. Like we talked about earlier, your body count reduces your value. Okay? All those kids that you got from all these baby daddies reduces your value. I'm sorry, sister, that's just how it is. You made those decisions. You chose to lay down with 5 dudes and now you got 10 kids. You made those decisions. I didn't do that for you. I don't have to deal with that. You made those decisions. You got to live in that bed that you made. You understand? Value yourself. Have some self-esteem. Have some self-confidence. Love yourself, man. But I got trauma from childhood. Well, meditate. Shit. Sit with yourself, man. If you cannot sit with yourself alone for 10 minutes, you have an issue. You need to work on that. Just sit with yourself alone and pray. By yourself, in silence, in the dark, whatever. It don't matter. You can have a light on, whatever. Sit with yourself for 10 minutes. No music, no water, no nothing. Just sit in silence for 10 minutes and pray. And then build upon that. Step away from all this fake shit, all this social media, all this stuff that's not real, that's messing up your psychological behavior, that's messing up your brain, that's giving you all this fake dopamine. Nobody really liking you like that. You understand? This stuff is fake, man. Stuff is fake, bro. The white man got you, man. He put a blindfold on your head, and now he got you. He got you where he wants you. All right. So, hey, let's finish this up. Let's go back over to 1 Timothy 2. In like manner, and let's read it in the NOT. I don't think I ever read it in the NOT. This is 1 Timothy 2 and 9. And I want women to be modest in their appearance. They should wear decent and appropriate clothing and not draw attention to themselves by the way they fix their hair or by wearing gold or pearls or expensive clothes. You understand? So what did we say earlier? It's not wise for you and it's not modest for you to have yellow hair, blue hair, red hair, purple hair. I hate Eve, man. And I don't care how Eve feel about it. I hate you black bitches sometimes, man. On everything. All right? And I'm talking about, if you don't fit into that category, you should not be offended. But if you fit into that category, then I want you to be offended. Because you got a fucking problem. Okay? Look, does she fit into that category? They say a hit dog gonna holler. She said, wait. Are you a black bitch? Is that what we finding out? That shit is distasteful. Yellow hair. Pink hair. Oh, somebody reported it live. I expected it. I'm almost done anyway. Yellow hair, pink hair, red hair. All of this type of stuff. You women are disgusting, man. And I want women to be modest in their appearance. They should wear decent and appropriate clothing and not draw attention to themselves by the way they fix their hair or by wearing gold or pearls or expensive clothes. That's not how you address this, especially to someone that don't know. Well, you know how you learn? By shutting up. That's how you learn. By sitting in the back of the class and being quiet. That's how you learn. You don't learn by talking. That's the problem with you women. You want to talk. A brother be talking and you be like, yeah, and the brother trying to explain, yeah, and your brother, yeah. The hell wrong with you? How you ever gonna learn something like that? By talking. You don't know because you don't know how to shut up. That's why you don't know anything, because you never shut up. You can't shut up for nothing. For women who claim to be devoted to power should make themselves attractive by the good things they do, by shutting up. I love a woman that shut up. Actually, the scriptures say that. Let's go there. Let's get that. The scriptures say ain't nothing better. Ain't nothing better. A silent and loving woman is a silent and loving woman is a gift of Yahawah, Bahasham Yahawashi. And there is nothing so much worth as a mind well instructed. Oh my goodness. Whoa. He just told me to shut up. He just told me to shut up. And he just hit me with a scripture. And it cut me in my heart. But I still don't want to believe it. That's how you women feeling. That's how you women think. We bring the scriptures out. We let you know. We take you here. We take you there. And you still be like, well, that was the Old Testament. Oh, man. That was the Old Testament, shawty. That was the Old Testament, I guess. It don't apply no more. This the New Testament. Women should learn quietly and submissively. I do not let women teach men or have authority over them. Let them listen quietly. I love this NLT. This NLT hitting right here. For power made Adam first, and afterwards he made Eve. And it was not Adam who was deceived by Satan. The woman was deceived, and sin was the result. But women will be saved through childbearing, assuming they continue to live in faith, love, holiness, and modesty. Damn. How is a woman saved? By having kids. Wow. So what's a woman's ultimate, what's her purpose? To support that man and have his children. Oh no. I don't want to offend the feminists. I don't want to offend the equal rights. I don't want to offend equality. I don't want to offend the LGBT. Fuck all y'all. All y'all. I like what the scriptures say, man. As the brother put, 2 Timothy 3:16, all scripture is given by inspiration of power. For what? Let's go get that. To make a man perfect, man. To make a man perfect. You understand? All scripture is given by inspiration of power and is profitable for doctrine, for reproof, for correction, for instruction in righteousness, that the man of power may be perfect, thoroughly furnished unto all good works. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to end it right there. Somebody keep reporting it live. But the Most High going to get you. Believe that. He going to handle you because you cut, because you offended, because you hurt, you butt hurt. You don't like what the Most High said. And you know what? That means you don't like the Most High. You disagree with the scriptures. You disagree with the Most High. Yahawah and his son Yahawashi. So therefore he don't want you. You gonna die. Painfully, I may add. All right. So, hey, man, that's it right there. I'm going to end it right there before they cut the live. I know they feeling some type of way. I know they in their feelings today. know what I'm saying? You said Shawty had purple hair too? She had purple hair? Hey. You know, my bad. I might have been a little too harsh. Ain't gonna lie. But hey, would you want to learn this way or you want to learn by death? I mean, which one? You know? I would rather learn by somebody telling me. Correct me, bro. Check me. I don't want to feel the wrath of the Most High. I don't want to feel that. Rebuke is better than secret love. Exactly. So, hey, I don't see no, y'all can ask questions. If I don't see no questions, I'm up and out of here. Facing the east, giving all praises be to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham Akakadash. And double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of the great millstone. And Shalawam to the Lord Tofu elect. Kwam Yasharahla. And a Baba Ball. As always, keep the faith, Akyam. All right, Shalawam. Pray this was edifying. Okay, we on the streets tomorrow. Yahawah Tazah. All right. Shalawam.